Well, this is indeed the main event, and it's a little different than we expected. Original reports had Lenny Lane defending the belt against Joseph. However, Joseph had to undergo some groin surgery and could not make it to the show. Lenny put out a challenge earlier, and what we're ending up with is a triple threat match because we had Seth Shai come out and challenge Lenny. And then we had the professional John Allen along with Paul Lewis, the outgoing commissioner of NAWA DFW. And what we ended up with here is what we're about to see, a three-way match, triple threat match, if you will, with the NAWA DFW gold on the line.
Now this match is not an elimination match. The first pin wins the title.
Absolutely correct. Somebody gets pinned, the match is over, and whoever scores the pin will be the NAWA DFW heavyweight champion. Will it be Lenny Lane retaining the belt? Will it be Seth Shai, the man who held the belt for 9 months at one point? Will he become the champion? Or will the professional John Allen come out on top? We are about to see what happens here, Johnny T.
So Lenny Lane, Rob Moore's got to be careful because he could lose the belt without even getting pinned.
Absolutely true. We could end up with Seth pinning John or vice versa, and Lenny could lose his belt without even being in the middle of that.
I got to think the champion's really at somewhat of a disadvantage in this kind of match because he's got to make sure the other two guys don't pin each other and make sure he doesn't get pinned.
Well, in a sense, he is outnumbered. It could be 2-on-1 against the champion, but then again, it could be 2-on-1 against any man in the ring at one time. But once again, as you said, you are correct. Lenny Lane could lose the belt without actually losing the match himself. We're about to see competitor number 2 come into the ring. Once again, we're at PCW Arena in Arlington, Texas. Rob Moore along with Johnny T. Glad to have you here. Mike Page not with us at the table because, well, Page accompanied Lenny Lane to ringside, and in fact, he is in the ring with his man right now.
Well, Mike Page was he started the whole conspiracy in which Lane basically ripped off the championship from Joseph, and Mike Page is behind that whole incident.
Well, I can understand that perfectly well. As long as I've known Mike Page, I've known him to pull off one devious scheme after another. No, he calls himself the extreme golfer, and I'm willing to bet he replaces the ball when nobody's looking. The outgoing commissioner of the NAWA DFW, Paul Lewis, with his trusty briefcase, his steel Halliburton briefcase in hand, accompanying his competitor, the professional John Allen, the man who is no stranger to championships. He's had championships in virtually every federation he's competed in, especially just about every federation in North Texas.
John Allen is an accomplished wrestler. Like you say, any organization he's been in, he's been a holder of the gold.
We're talking about organizations like NWA Southwest, XCW, PCW, where he's a 4-time tag team champion. And I might add, John Allen, a former NWA Texas hardcore champion or brass knuckles champion, whichever you prefer. But in any case, in his previous identity of the Beast, he was much larger and, of course, with the willingness to go hardcore. And these days, I still see him now and then in hardcore matches, but this time he's up against 2 men, not a hardcore rules match, so he's got to watch his step.
And here comes another former NAWA champion, Seth Shai from Egypt.
From Egypt, yes indeed, a former NAWA DFW champion. 9 months he held the belt, and he wants it again.
Always takes a big dent out of our budget here, and we got to bring him in. We got to fly him in from Egypt. It's expensive.
Yeah, I know. Those pyramids aren't cheap to upkeep, that's for sure. Seth Shai, the 3rd man in the ring, and Now, I noticed something. Seth Shai is the only competitor in this match who does not have someone accompanying him at ringside. He is out here on his own. Now, John Allen has Paul Lewis, and Lenny Lane has Mike Page. So, in that sense, I would say that Seth Shai would be at a bit of a disadvantage here.
Well, I'd have to say so, Rob Moore, because both Paul Lewis and Mike Page have demonstrated in the past that they're not afraid to interfere in a match if the opportunity presents itself. They won't hesitate.
And the referee for this all-important main event contest, Terry the Book Stevens.
I wonder what he's got odds on each of these guys for this match.
I'm not even going to argue with you anymore about that, but I'll tell you what, if there was betting on this match in Vegas, and I'm sure that somewhere there probably is, I would say the bets are all over the board. Because who knows who is going to make that crucial mistake and end up getting pinned and end up with the person doing the pinning coming out of this match with the gold as the NAWA DFW heavyweight champion.
Well, you always got to figure the current champion is the odds-on favorite in any situation. But like you say, the dynamics of this match change it up a little bit, and perhaps he's not the odds-on favorite. Anything can happen.
Well, one thing that does come to mind, the title cannot change hands on a disqualification or a countout, so I'm wondering if Lenny Lane might be thinking about using that avenue if he sees his title in trouble one way or another.
Well, the way Lenny Lane has acted since he's been in NAW, I wouldn't be surprised to see him use any tactic to his advantage.
Lenny Lane, of course, the former WCW Cruiserweight champion, and he won that belt in Texas. He won that belt in Lubbock. He defeated Rey Mysterio for the title, and that
now Lane,
no small beat.
Look at Lane. Look at Lane. He's moving something around in his tights and his knee pads, Rob Moore. Watch him. Watch him closely.
Lenny Lane obviously trying to pull something on Terry Stevens here. Little subterfuge, and I know the turnbuckle.
But now look at Lane.
Off his knee pad and
look at what's he doing.
The top turnbuckle. And I'm sure Mike Page is standing there orchestrating all of it.
Mike Page is a master player of these games.
All right, Terry Stevens is called for the bell, and this one is underway. This is the main event of the NAWA DFW second anniversary show. And I have to tell you, Johnny T, that is a mouthful of letters right there, but certainly the NAWA proud of its association with the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
That's right. Well, look at that. Now Lane and Allen are talking strategy. Yeah, what's going on with that? Lane and Allen are having a strategy session in the middle of the ring, conspiring against Shai.
Very interesting. And Lenny Lane sticking out a left-handed handshake. I'm not sure how.
Even further, Lewis and Mike Page are having a conference outside the ring.
Oh, that's no good. That's not good at all. If you have Paul Lewis and Mike Page getting together on something, that is some serious trouble right there. And, yes, Seth Shai could find himself on the wrong end of things here very quickly.
Now Lenny Lane offering his hand in friendship. Well, Seth Shai. Oh!
Well, Lenny Lane had his fingers crossed and he threw in the right hand. And here's John Allen with the right hand. And Seth Shai with a schoolboy roll up and only a 2 count. So obviously, whatever partnership there was, very short-lived.
Well, I'd say alliances are made and broken in seconds.
Now look
in
at this,
match.
Another schoolboy, 1, 2, and only a 2 count. Lenny Lane very nearly lost his title right there.
Well, Rob Moore, I think what we've seen so far at the beginning of this match is it is clearly every man for himself.
Absolutely, and John Allen sending Seth Shai into the corner right above our table, charging in with a clothesline. Meanwhile, Lenny Lane is just laying out and watching everything going on. Allen going in for the pin, but only a 2 count on Seth. Apparently, Lenny's strategy is to let these two guys tire each other out, and then he's going to go in and take his pick. Jumping leg drop by the professional John Allen. Now Allen with the cover, leg hooked and only a 2 count, and now Lenny Lane gets back in. You didn't let.
Mike Page. Like you said, the only problem with this strategy is if he doesn't pay attention from outside the ring, he lets them fight each other, and one of the others pins him, he loses his title. So he's got to be careful about that.
Absolutely. If he's too slow to get in there and break up the pin, that belt is gone. Irish whip now into the corner. Terry Stevens out of the way just in time. And Lenny Lane now going in for the cover. Referee finally getting down to make the count, and only a 2 count. And here's Seth Shai, and it's a triple threat match. All 3 men in the ring at the same time. No tagging here. It's 3 men in there at all times. Seth Shai perched on that second rope. Now